It is still the season of celebrating women, and it's also a fantastic opportunity to shed light on various topics that highlight the achievements, challenges, and contributions of women in the tech industry. This week, we will be talking about how we can inspire the next generation of women and ensure we have a more diverse mix within tech teams. Taya Winkole, the CEO and founder of Techlytics Africa, will be sharing her thoughts on this. Now, Tayo, over the years, conversations have increasingly emphasized the need to break stereotypes and foster inclusivity. But let's start with the basics here. How crucial is the revamping of STEM education in primary schools? Shouldn't we start to consider this as the foundation when encouraging diversity in the tech field?
Yes, thank you. So I believe it's a very crucial thing to do at the basic level, at the primary level, because this is what basically builds the foundation for people or for young students picking up STEM skills. We had wrong impressions of mathematics, science while we were growing up. We had the impression, oh, it's very difficult, we cannot do it. So some of us shied away from it, right? However, as things went on, we realized it was just they were just myths. So I believe that if this were been inculcated and in a friendly manner in our primary school syllabus or curriculum, it would have gone a longer way than where we find ourselves today. So it's high time we included those stuff in our primary school curriculum. It's very crucial.
And in encouraging young girls, right, are there enough female role models in the tech space today, as well as, mentorship programs to inspire the next generation of women?
Thank you. So for me, I believe we do not have enough women in tech leadership. The problem is split in two places. We do not have enough women, and the few who are there, they are not given the necessary recognition that they really need to do, where the entire nation or the entire world can see that the impact of what they are doing. So there's still a lot more women who are luckily in tech leadership, but they're still living in obscurity. So the visibility is not so there. So even young girls do not know that, oh, this is something they can achieve, because they are basically not seeing a lot more people in that regard. We have enough people or enough women in business, women in fashion, blazing the trail all over Africa, all over the world. But tech leadership, not so much of visibility in that.
So how can we ensure that mentorship becomes a widespread practice?
Thank you. So mentorship, it's not a new word. It's what we've been used to. We've heard it here and there. However, we can do more when it comes to tech leadership or tech mentorship. I understand there are other girls, people in rural areas who do not even have access, who are not even so much aware of where tech is going, the trends that we're seeing, the emerging technologies we're seeing. They do not know, right? So we should be able to at least we should be able to, and we see some fantastic programs for tech mentorship out there, but we need to do more in terms of, we could even leverage technology to do virtual mentorship for these people in rural areas. We could do more by partnering with NGOs and knowing that we are doing it for a greater cause, and we should be able to bring more young girls to the forefront.
Tayo, what about the impact of having diverse teams when it comes to creativity and innovation in the tech sector? Oftentimes we hear about how women are in the minority, in tech teams. For example, in a team of 10, there could be perhaps, one or two females only. Can we quantify the positive effects of having a more diverse mix within tech teams?
Yes, thank you for that question. It's very crucial to evangelize this, because women bring unique perspectives to the team. We bring unique approach to problem solving. I have been on teams where I'm the only woman. In fact, on that team, we just refer to all of us as tech bro. They want to call me, they say bro. And I totally understand, but we bring this unique approach to the team where we're able to solve problem easily. And as we work in tech teams, cross-functional teams, arguments, disagreements are bound to happen. Women were able to bring unique problems or unique problem-solving skills to the table in that regard. So it is very crucial that we have a mix or a balanced mix of diverse teams involving women on tech teams. It's very, very crucial.
Now let's talk about women in leadership positions. What's the significance of having more women in leadership roles within tech companies, and what positive influence can this have on workplace dynamics and innovation?
All right, thank you. So the positive effects of having women in tech leadership is enormous. It basically it gives a subtle message to that young girl who's aspiring to also come into tech leadership one day, or that young girl who's looking forward to changing the world, right? So once I'm seeing a female figure in the tech space, it's more encouraging for me to pursue my career, to pursue my aspirations, to douse or to kill the self-limiting thoughts that I may have had. So it's a bit more, it's easier for me as a young girl. If I'm a young girl and I see another a woman in tech leadership, it's easier for me to believe more in myself and to pursue everything that I've determined to pursue. So yes, it is very crucial.
Now, Tayo, a critical part of this conversation is how can we ensure that, this isn't just a diversity checkbox, but a staple changer for the tech industry. How can we ensure that?
Okay, thank you for that. It's necessary that of course, it's not a checkbox, something you have to do, and it's necessary that we realize it's not a checkbox. So one thing I believe it's very crucial. We should promote visibility for female role models in tech. We should promote visibility, recognize women in tech. We've done it for some particular sectors or particular industries in the economy, because whether we like it or not, the IT space is going to contribute a larger percentage than what we even saw in the last quarter of last year. It's going to contribute a larger percentage to the GDP of the nation. So I believe that whether we like it or not, there are girls out there who are aspiring to come into tech. However, once we're able to promote more visibility, once we're able to promote more involvement of women in tech leadership, these other women or these other youngsters, they'll be able to embrace it in fullness. So I believe that we should put in place more programs or initiatives to encourage and to promote visibility for some more women in tech leadership.
Now, Tayo, let's take this conversation to tech policies. Do we have corporate and governmental policies that actively foster gender equality within tech companies?
One thing I know for sure with tech companies I've worked with is we're continuously driving this inclusion in tech policies. That is, you would find on the average, out of 10 companies, you'll find at least 8 companies who are inclusively or who are consciously improving their policies to say, for every hire, at least we want to be able to balance our gender equality, or we want to be able to balance our gender mix. So for every hire that HR people would have, they would necessarily find you have a target to bring in more women into this space. You have a target to bring in more women into this space. So yes, we have companies that are well aware, and there are more policies driving that forward as of today. So I'm very, very well sure and aware of that. We have more people, more policies favoring that right now.
It's quite important to keep these talks alive. So how do we initiate and sustain these conversations on the importance of diversity, gender equality, and inclusivity in the tech sector?
Yes, thank you. So I believe it's a conversation that transcends just having conversation. We need more policies to be put in place. We need more support, especially as we have mentioned earlier, especially in the education sector. We need to revamp. We at this point, we need to revamp our syllabus, our curriculums at the tertiary level, secondary and primary school level. Let's inculcate emerging technologies into our curriculum. Whether we like it or not, these things are fascinating. They are amazing since the rise of the internet, right? These concepts are fascinating. Emerging technologies in virtual reality. We've seen what artificial intelligence can do. I believe the first thing, or the first thing that would be more sustainable in the long run is to evolve or to inculcate tech related subject or tech related concepts into our curriculum right from tertiary education, secondary education, and primary school education.
Well, surely that was an insightful conversation with you, Tayo Winkule, CEO and founder of Techlitics Africa. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us on Tech Trends.
Thank you for having me.